Well, I honestly thought that I would never be saying this, but the title is true, and we are trying to conceive. Well, I have been wanting to sit down and make this video for a couple of months. I've kind of been putting it off, and I'm finally sitting down to make it. So, I'm going to start from the beginning, but here are the 3 things that I want to cover. Number 1, how we came to the decision to try for another baby. That is something that I know we have made clear that we were not interested in having another biological child. We wanted to adopt. So I want to talk about how we kind of changed our minds and came to the decision. Second, I'm going to talk about what I'm doing to prepare my body for pregnancy. I've already started a couple of things to just get my body ready to carry another baby, which is crazy. Third, I want to talk about some of my fears about pregnancy. If any of you guys followed me with Scout's pregnancy, you know that I had a really rough time during her pregnancy. I was sick for more than half of it. So yeah, I'm pretty terrified. So starting off on how we made the decision, like I touched on before, Josh and I have pretty much always known that we wanted to adopt, and we considered adopting before having any biological children. And then the timing just wasn't right, so we went ahead and got pregnant with Scout. My pregnancy was so rough with her, and I just thought, I cannot do this again. So we were like, okay, we're open to adopting. Let's just adopt the rest of our kids. There's no problem with that. But the past 2 years, life has been a lot more difficult than we thought it would be as far as careers go and money goes. We're just not in the place in our lives where we could adopt, and that's really tough for us because Scout is 2 years old now, and we would love for her to have a sibling like yesterday. And so that's been really tough. And so basically our decision, it pretty much boils down to the fact that we are not in a living situation, in a financial situation that we could qualify to adopt a child. If I could adopt a child tomorrow, I would. 110%, I would adopt a child tomorrow. No hesitation. So it's really, truly just a financial and living situation why we cannot do that right now. Like I said, Scout is 2 years old, and I feel like she's getting so big, so old, and I have never wanted my kids to be spaced far in age. I've always wanted them to be close. So that is something that we have thought a lot about, is that we don't want Scout to be 5 years old before she has a sibling. And if we were to wait to adopt, then that would probably be the case. So it was probably back in April, I want to say April 2016, that Josh and I started talking about possibly getting pregnant again. And back in April, I was currently on the depot shot. That has been my birth control of choice for a long time. That's what I used before I got pregnant with Scout. Had no problems with it. I have really liked the depot shot. You get a shot once every 3 months. It's been great for me. So that is what I was currently on, was the depot shot. So in April, we made the decision, let's try to get pregnant this summer. So I was due for my next shot May 20th, and I decided I'm just not going to go in and get my next shot. As of May 20th, 2016, my body has been, I don't know, detoxifying, I don't know what you say, from birth control. And with Scout, it happened really quickly, and I was able to get pregnant with her. Josh and I only had to try for 2 months to get pregnant with Scout. And to be honest, I thought that this pregnancy would be the same. And so I thought by, mid-June, mid-July, I would possibly be pregnant already. Unfortunately, that just hasn't been the case. Since May 20th, since I stopped my birth control, I still have not had a period, no cycle, so I literally have no way to track if I'm ovulating or not, or what's going on with my body. And I'm trying not to get too concerned. It is only July, what is the date today? Today is July 21st, so I've been off of my birth control for 2 months now, And I'm trying not to panic. I know with the depot shot it can take longer for you to get back into the cycle of things. So I'm trying not to panic, but it's hard. It's hard when you want to be pregnant and then, you know, month after month, like it's not happening. I've taken 2 pregnancy tests so far, you know, kind of getting my hopes up, and they've been negative, so that has been kind of a bummer. But like I said, I'm not going to stress out too much. But that's how we made the decision to have another baby, and I hope that you guys don't think that we're pushing adoption off, because that is something we are very passionate about. We know we will adopt in the future. We just have to be living in the right situation and financially stable enough for an adoption. I wanted to touch on a couple things that I'm doing to prepare my body for pregnancy. Something that I have started doing already. This is horrible, but I have to wean my body off of caffeine like months before I get pregnant. I have to do it slow and steady because I cannot do it cold turkey. With Scout, I did this and it worked out great. It was about 2 or 3 months before I decided to get pregnant. I started weaning myself off of caffeine by slowly just mixing decaf coffee into my coffee. So that's what I'm doing this time around. I am drinking half calf, and soon I want to be drinking full decaf to cut that out of my diet. I drink a lot of coffee, so that's definitely something that I have to slowly wean my body from. Also, I have started taking a prenatal. I did that with Scout as well. A couple of months before I tried getting pregnant, I got my body on prenatals just to make sure that I had everything that I needed to support a pregnancy. So I'm taking prenatals, weaning myself off of caffeine. I'm trying to drink more water. That is something that I'm really, really bad at, but I'm just trying to force myself to drink a lot of water. But those are the things that I'm doing so far. If you guys know more tips on things that I should be doing to prepare, definitely let me know in the comments. I would be open to some ideas. And then lastly, I want to talk about my fears of pregnancy, because I am really scared. Like, when I say I'm really scared, I mean it. I just know it's coming, and that's the worst part. So it's like I want to get pregnant so bad, but then I know once I'm pregnant, I'm gonna think, why did I do this to myself? With Scout, I had a really, really rough pregnancy. Exactly at 6 weeks is when my nausea hit, and I was oh, it was bad. It was so, so bad. I was also working full-time, 40 hours a week, and so maybe that made it a little bit tougher for me. This time around I will be able to be home, but I also have a toddler to care for, so I don't know. We'll see how this is gonna go. It was really difficult. At 6 weeks I got really sick, had no appetite, was throwing up. I went on a medication to help with my nausea, but then I felt so guilty for being on medication, and I was scared that it wasn't safe for the baby, so I quit. It was pretty much until week 22, week 23 that I finally got my appetite back and was able to eat. So for the first 20 weeks of my pregnancy, I was losing weight and not gaining. So that was really bad. I was just so weak, so tired, so miserable, and that's a long time to feel that sick. So I'm very scared. I know every pregnancy can be different. I know this time around can be better, but this time around could also be worse. So I'm really, really scared. Also, a fear of mine is just, you know, once I am pregnant and once the pregnancy is over, transitioning to 2 kids kind of scares me. I am a person who does not do well with lack of sleep. We were really lucky with Scout that 6 weeks on, she was sleeping through the night, and she's been a great sleeper ever since then. But I worry so much about what if the second baby is different? What if this second baby doesn't sleep at all, and then I have a toddler and a baby and I'm never gonna sleep again in my entire life? Those are the types of thoughts that I have, and I know it's silly, and I know it's just wasting my energy right now. Like, I shouldn't even be thinking that far ahead, but that's kind of where my mind goes. And I'm just gonna admit it, that life is easy with 1 baby. It just is. Everything is pretty simple. You have 1 child to care for, and that's it. You know, everything revolves around their one schedule, and so I'm scared to transition to more than 1 kid. But that being said, I've always, always, always wanted a big family. I have never ever wanted to only have 1 child, and I know that you get past the baby days and it gets easier in some ways and harder in other ways, but I know that this is what I want. I want a lot of kids. I say 4 kids, Josh says maybe 3, but we'll see. I think 4. So anyways, those are just some of my fears, but I know it will be okay. And I'm very excited to hopefully, fingers crossed, say your prayers for us, hopefully be pregnant soon with baby number 2. Oh, I did want to add that as of right now, this pregnancy I am planning on being my last. For sure, my last pregnancy. I would like to have 2 biological kids, 2 adopted kids. That is my plan. That was my plan before we even had Scout, was to have 2 of each. And so if we have 2 girls, maybe we'll adopt 2 boys. If we have a boy, then who knows what we'll adopt. But anyways, just to fill you guys in on that, I'm planning on this being our last pregnancy. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. I'm really excited to announce finally that we have been trying to conceive. As of this very moment, I am not pregnant, but I'm hoping that I am soon. So stick with us on this journey, and I promise to bring you along, whatever happens. So give this video a thumbs up, you guys. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't. We do family vlogs here at the DavyCrew, so subscribe, and we will see you guys in our next video. Bye.